Howdy! In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make a simple loading screen. And before anybody asks, yes, the smoke detector still needs batteries. Anyway, this is what we're going to be making. I've already made it, so I'm basically going to copy myself. So this tutorial won't be very long, hopefully. But as you can see, it's a simple loading screen that shows the number of assets loaded, and then throws you in the game. And yes, there are 6,000 something trees. They're just on top of each other if I'm correct. I can't touch them because they're locked. But anyway, enough stalling, let's get right into this video. Alright, to get started, we need our actual UI for our loading screen. So instead of storage UI, we're going to insert a screen GUI. We will name that loading screen. And inside of there, we'll insert a frame. We'll name this frame background. We'll set the color to be black, well, the background color. And then we'll set the scale to be 1, 0, 1, 0. So it takes up the entire screen. Next, we're just going to add a text label. We'll set the anchor point to be 0.5 by 0.5. And we'll set the position to be 0.5 by 0.5 as well. So it's in the middle of the screen. Then you can turn on text scaled if you want. I'm personally not gonna. I'm just gonna manually scale it. So I'm gonna make it like 65. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna turn background transparency to 1. And I'm gonna leave text transparency the way it is. I'm then gonna go to where it says text and set it to this, which is just parentheses with 0/0. And now this is technically set. You want to change the font, of course, because you don't want some sans font. I'm just gonna select Montserrat. Montserrat. I don't know how to say that. Next, I want some bars for our like the top and the bottom of the screen, the cinematic bars. So let's actually change the background color to be white so we can see our text and the bars. And inside a loading screen, just insert a folder. Title that folder bars. And inside of there, add a frame. Make the frame's background color black. Then just make the size. I believe if we just do this, yeah. Make the first one 1, 0. And you can leave the second one. We're just going to manually scale this. Then I'm going to do Control D to duplicate it. And just drag it to the bottom of the screen till it locks in place. Now we have our bars. So I'm going to highlight both of these frames. And I'm just going to name it bars. Also, inside of our loading screen, ignore GUI inset. Otherwise, there will be like a part at the top of the screen where you can actually see through the UI. It's funky. Anyway, there's one last finishing touch I want to add. So we're going to go into background and we're going to add image label. And we will do size 1010. So you'll see a giant image cover this. And let's just set our Z index for a text to 2. So it's over, actually we'll just set it to 100. Make sure it's over everything. And now we'll go to our image label and we'll select this image, which is going to be in the description of the video. It's vignette. So it looks like this. And if you turn background transparency to 1, you'll see, and no matter what color you make this background, it will have this nice like faded in effect. So I know in the beginning of the video it was white, but I'll just do purple. Looks good. And you can customize this however you want. Like we can do the text right here. We can make it white if we wanted. I'm gonna leave it black. But anyway, enough the yappering. The loading screen is actually done. We just need to program it. So let's go and make the background black again. So everything's mostly hidden. And then we'll insert a script in the storage UI. We'll put the loading screen inside of the script. And we will drag all of that into replicated first. But before we do anything, we'll name the script loading handler. So if you're not exactly sure what replicated first does, whatever you put in here is the first thing that's going to be loaded into the game. So if you want a loading screen, you want the loading screen to load before anything else. Alright, so we can open up our script. And inside of the script, we're just going to add a few variables. First one's going to be player. So we'll do local player equals game.players.local player. Then we'll get the player's GUI. So we'll do player, local player, GUI equals player, wait for child, player, GUI. Next, we're going to get this thing called content provider, which is what we're going to use to load all of our assets in one by one. So we'll do local content provider equals game get service content provider. Also, sorry for the mic quality. I keep looking away from my mic to talk because my mic is to the right of me and the monitor is to the left of me. It's funky. Let's see if we can fix this. All right, this might be better now. I'm not sure. I have to like side eye my monitor. But okay, enough yapping. Next variable is tween service. So we'll do local PS for tween service equals game get service tween service. We will use that for our animations. And now we actually have to get our UI. So we'll do local loading screen UI equals script wait for child loading screen, and we're gonna clone it. And now all we have to do is add the trusty repeat wait until game is loaded. And a tutorial. This is your loading screen script. Goodbye, guys. I'm kidding. Let's add a function to actually tell the game to load the assets. So we'll do local function begin load. And inside this function, we'll do local game assets equals game get descendants, which is going to get everything in the game. Then we're just going to get the amount, like the total amount of assets. So we'll do local total assets equals number game assets. So whatever amount of things there are in a workspace, total assets is going to be equal to that. So if there's 100 things in this entire like onslaught of thingamajigs, this will be equal to 100. You'll see. Better example will be when I actually use it, because it's probably confusing sounding right now. So first, we just need to set the text to be 0/ and the total amount of assets, which is really easy. So we'll just do loading screen UI, wait for child background, wait for child text label dot text, then we'll add equals our quotation marks, and we'll just do parenthesis space 0/ then outside of this outside the quotation marks we'll do dot total assets dot then we'll add more quotation marks space and another parenthesis, not a bracket. So what this is going to do is it's going to do 0 and then the total amount of assets from whatever's in here, and then another quotation mark instead of 0/0. So if you wanted to see what that would do, you could just go into your background, make the background color whatever color you want, then just press play. And you'll see nothing because I forgot to clone it to the actual player's UI. So for now, we're just gonna have to wait. I'm a dummy. Actually, no. We could just do title screen, no, loading screen, I'm confused. Loading screen UI, apparent equals player GUI. So if I press play now, you can actually see this. And if we call begin load right away, you'll see 0 and then 1407. So it works. So let's just go back. We'll set our background color 3 to black again. And we'll just remove begin load for now. So we'll go back in our script and we'll just do for IV in game assets, do content provider, preload async, and we'll just add curly brackets and V. So V is basically every individual object inside of the game, and content provider, we're just gonna manually load those objects. We're making sure they're loading. That's all that's doing. So in order to make it actually add +1 for every asset loaded, we have to just copy the script, paste it here, but instead right here, we're gonna do, instead of this, we're just gonna do one parenthesis, then we'll do I, oops, god, I'm just funky programming, all right, I, and then we'll add more parentheses, and we'll add a slash. So this right here will show the number of assets loaded versus the total assets. So if you're still here after all this confusion and this funky explanationing, I'm glad. It gets much easier from here. So all we have to do now is add those little smooth animations for the title screen fading in, and then we just have to make it load. Then we have to make it fade out, which is really easy. So right underneath here, we'll just do teen service create loading screen UI dot background tween info dot new. We're gonna make it 2 seconds. Whoops, there we go. Whoa, comma. And we'll do background color 3 equals color 3 from RGB, and this can be whatever color you want. I'm gonna make it purple because I've already done white and that's boring. And we'll just do play at the end. Then underneath there we'll do task.wait2, and we'll just call our begin load function. After that we'll do task.wait2. So after everything loads, it'll wait 2 more seconds, and this is where we can add some animations. So we'll do local color out anim, which is gonna fade the frame, the background back to black. So we'll do tween service. Actually, we can just copy this script right here and just remove the play and just set this to black. And we'll also do the background transparency. So we'll copy this and we'll do, instead of color, fade, and we'll change background color 3 to background transparency, which kind of rhymes, and we'll set it to 1. Now you're probably wondering why we just did it the way we did it. Oops, get rid of that. Instead of just doing it like how we did it here, where we just play the tween. Well, I want to be able to wait until these tweens are completed before running code underneath it. You can't, I don't think you could do a completed wait on this. I'm sure you can in some funky way, but I'm not that good, so we're gonna add variables for it. So I'm gonna space things out a little bit, make it easier to read. And underneath these, I'm gonna do color out and then play color out and dot completed wait. And then underneath that, I'm gonna do loading screen dot UI dot back. No, we're gonna do bars dot bars destroy. Then we'll do loading screen UI dot background dot vin. I think it's image still. Image label destroy. You can name image label to vignette, but I'm just not gonna name it. Then I'm gonna do title screen. No, not title. I keep wanting to do title because when I made this loading screen earlier, I named it title instead of loading because I'm funky. So now my brain is confused. But anyway, loading screen dot UI background dot text label destroy, and we're just gonna do fade out anim play fade out anim dot completed wait. And then title, oh my god, I'm backwards today, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, loading screen UI destroy. So what all of this confusing, ugly looking code does is it'll basically fade out it's gonna fade the background to black. While it's black, it's gonna destroy the vignette, it's gonna destroy the bars, it's gonna destroy the text. Then it's gonna fade the background to be transparent so you can't see it. Then it's going to destroy the rest of everything else. So there's no clutter on your client's UI. So if we play this, you should have a pretty decent loading screen now. So let's just press play and see what happens. So it fades in, loads, but that was kind of laggy, so I'm going to add a wait somewhere in here. I'm going to add a longer wait here, actually. There. So when you press play, you'll see that tween. It'll wait 5 seconds, it will fetch all of the assets, and then it will start loading. That reason for the lag was just because I have a whole nother Roblox game thingy open, but I want you to be able to see the loading screen because I just programmed it and it's bougie and it looks nice because it tweening fancy, number fancy. Okay, I sound stupid. I am very dumb, but yeah. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I'm glad. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully. Everything from this video will be in the description, so if you don't want a program and you just want loading screen, you can download it and use it in whatever, because I really don't care. It's all yours. Hope you have a wonderful day, brush your teeth. I'll see you on the flip side, whatever that means. Bye-bye.